Hi guys, so it's now 2 days away from the Henley Show, which I'm really excited about, and at the same time really apprehensive and nervous. Oh, I have friends. Hey guys, how you doing? So I thought I'd quickly add that in, with Henry Cochran in the background. I will take you through some of the stuff that I am growing and showing this year. So this is my tomato that I'm putting in for the heaviest tomato. As you can see, it's got a bit of mould going on and it's started to rot slightly at the bottom. The tomato was ripe prematurely, so I've been trying to keep it fresh as possible for the last 3 weeks. So I think I've done fairly well so far. I'm just hoping it can make it for the next couple of days. That variety is F1 Country Taste, which are it's a really good variety for growing big tomatoes. And here I have some very tiny potatoes, which aren't particularly great, but hopefully the colour might win them a prize. Obviously I've got my onions at the back and these ones at the front that I've tied in preparation. They're under 250 grams, and then I've got a different variety which I'm hoping might sort of win on interestingness, and that is what I have on the bench at the moment. And in my fridge I have my cucumber, which will be entered onto my top tray along with a few other veg, and my courgettes. I'll unwrap them all tomorrow, give them a good clean up and match which ones look the same, because obviously some are sets of 2, some are sets of 3, and obviously like the cucumber will be on its own, but the cucumbers are slightly bent, so I'm not really sure how that's all gonna end up. So I'm now off to cut my pumpkin with my secateurs. I've been trying to hold this off, but I'm a little bit too excited, so I think I'll go and pick it now before the rain comes in, because it's as you can see, it's not looking too peachy over there. So let's do this. So here's my pumpkin. It's snowman variety. I'm not entering in for the heaviest pumpkin because obviously you need I need access into my garden and a forklift truck won't be coming in here. So obviously I've bedded them on a bit of straw, and I'll try and do this, sorry, with holding the camera. And now normally they ask for a 2-inch stem, so what I try and do is obviously I'll cut the leaf off, and there's only one pumpkin to this plant, so I will actually cut it with ample stem, so I can measure the stem. And as you can see, it's quite a nice sized pumpkin, so I'll be showing it that way. Obviously I know they'll mostly be looking at all angles, but like I always say, next year can always be a better year. So I've now cut my pumpkin, and I'm going to give that a really good clean up, because everything's got to be nice and clean, and I will cut the stem to the requirements of the show. And all I've got to do now is a flower arrangement in an unusual container, which I've decided is going to be another pumpkin with some pretty flowers in the top. I've got roses to do, and I've entered in for dahlias. Now I know I'm not going to win anything on any of the flowers, but I always find that if I enter into competitions, I take a little bit more notice and look at the finer details to like the blooms and how perfect other people can get them. So obviously I did really well last year at the Henley Show. I'm not holding out too much hope for this year, because for me it's not been a particularly great year of growing vegetables, but like I said before, you never really know if everybody's in the same boat and how it's going to work out. So fingers crossed for Saturday. So that's all my veg so far in my storage room. That's pretty much it for the veg that I'm doing this year. I've harvested my pumpkin, of which is just there, and I've did a video previously. I just had to redo these videos because they weren't so great. So I've cleaned that pumpkin up, so hopefully, well, you never really know what's going to win you prizes or not. And obviously, as you can see on my board here, I wrote everything out that I was entering in for, and then I just like strike it off when I've got it ready. I just wanted to wish everybody who's exhibiting this year to, you know, best of luck for you guys. And if you're not exhibiting, then maybe go to a show and see what they're about, because, you know, everybody and anybody can enter in for them, and it's always good to have like extra competition, instead of it being something that ends up being that dies out over time because there's not enough people that participate in these events. So yeah, so obviously I'll be at the Henley Show this weekend. There's also, I know, the RHS show. I'm not sure if it's in London or it's at RHS Wisley, but if you go onto the RHS website, then all the information's there, and I'm going to try and get down to see what the Fierce competition's like, because obviously their fruit and veg exhibitions are absolutely spot on. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm definitely going to be growing show veg. I'll be getting the seeds in this year, and then I'll be growing it next year, so I will definitely be doing a video on that. So check that out later on in the year, and I'll keep you updated on how the Henley show went, whether it's me filming or my partner filming me, and the chaos of my setting up my exhibits and how stressed I get. But yeah, so take it easy, guys, and enjoy the last of the summer while we have it.